boys and girls. I'm going to go over your assignment for lesson 3 in your land and water unit in science. You're going to click on your science course. You're going to scroll down to your changes in landforms and oceans unit. We're looking at lesson 3, processes that change the Earth's landforms. You click on the blank page icon to open up your lesson. You'll click on the lesson to open it up into a bigger format. And this is a 12-page lesson where you're going to be learning about analyzing and interpreting data to describe and predict how natural processes like erosion, weathering, deposition, earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes, and storms, and how they affect Earth's surfaces. You're going to learn about constructive and destructive forces, the natural processes that occur and change the landforms on Earth.
Hi, Stu.
You have a Write Like a Scientist activity where you're going to create this chart in your notebook. And as you go through the rest of the lesson, you're going to list each natural process in the correct category, whether it's constructive and it builds up the land, or whether it's destructive and it destroys the land. If for some reason there is a natural process that falls under both, make sure it falls under both. Make sure you put it under both categories. There are going to be some cases where the natural process does fall under constructive and destructive. You've got information on weathering and erosion, some pictures and videos that go along with it. As you're going through this, think about if it's a constructive or destructive process and add it to your chart in your notebook. Deposition, again, a picture and a video to go along with it. Once you're done learning about deposition, make sure you add that to your chart in your notebook. Earthquakes, same thing, picture and a video with some information, then you'll add it to your chart. And you'll do the same thing with tsunamis, hurricanes and storms. And then you've got it broken down with landslides, volcanic eruptions, and floods. That's your lesson summary. And then your assignment, which is called Processes That Change the Earth's Landforms. You can click here to open up the assignment. And you'll go through and answer these questions. It says use the photo to answer the question below. So you've got this picture. The ground shifted and caused the crack shown. What most likely caused this to occur? You've got 4 answer choices. Below here, you've got a chart of the average width of a beach at high tide over several years. So you can see as the years progress what happens to the width of the beach. And width is kind of like how deep the beach goes. Not how deep into the sand, like digging down into the hole, but how wide is the beach? And you've got this answer. You've got the question, which of the following claims can best be argued from the data in the chart? So looking at A, B, C, and D, which argument or which claim can be argued based on the data given in the chart? Question 3, a recent landslide created a natural dam that blocked the path of a river. The following illustrations show what happened immediately after the landslide and 50 years later. So here you can see the landslide that occurred, and you can see that what happened immediately after this landslide right here occurred. And then 50 years later, you'll see what occurred. Looks like the water of this river moved. So number 3, generate a claim explaining what happened to the river in the years following the landslide. So you're going to need to compare what happened immediately after the landslide and what happened 50 years later. So you're going to compare these two questions. I'm not sorry, not the two questions, the two pictures. I apologize for this question. Okay. When you're done, you'll go back to Buzz. You'll click on that Next Activity tab. You also have the assignment attached here below. When you are done with the assignment, you'll click on the blue plus button and you attach your work. Let me know if you have any questions.